Radio is one of the few things to bring comfort to those who stay. It connects them to the rest of the country. By 1935, a network of stations with 10,000-watt transmitters links the country together. The same voice can be heard from coast to coast. Radios become the country's most popular household item. By 1934, there are over 18 million radio sets. 40% of America lives in isolated rural communities. But now, they can get local news and weather, farm prices, and be part of national events.
America was built for the introduction of radio. This is a vast land. It has a lot of different layers to it as you go across the country.
America was learning about itself through news from across the country and around the world.
Germany is rearming. In fact,
regular news reports bring international events straight into American homes. Little do Americans realize that news from so far away will change America forever.
what Kai Hitler's ambitious hand.
The struggle against the Great Depression continues. The American people will not give up. The French gave America the Statue of Liberty. Now America builds her own monument to its people's tenacity. Blasted out of solid rock, Mount Rushmore is created.
The blasting of Washington's chin and the first step in the world's largest monument is finished.
It began in 1927, desolate corner of South Dakota, as a way to attract tourists. Now it's a federally funded project, part of President Roosevelt's New Deal to reinvigorate the country.
Soon they'll start on Jefferson, then Lincoln and Roosevelt. The heads alone will be 60 feet high, and Washington's nose is 19 feet long, as big as the head of the Sphinx in Egypt. You can get a good idea of the size of the monument by these men playing leapfrog along the nose of the father of his country. It's a grand undertaking.
They were, in a way, our pyramids. We were building something that would last and be a statement about who we were.
The 500-foot cliff is being sculpted by dynamite. A dangerous way to make a living for drillers like Bill Reynolds. Below Bill are 20 charges of dynamite able to blast 3 tons of solid rock. Above him is 60 feet of sheer cliff, where the detonator and the hoistman are.
Take me up!
Drillers always move up to stay above any charges, just in case they should accidentally go off.
Up. Up.
The charges are due to be set off at 4 p.m.
Hey, that's good.
It's only 3:34, so Bill's not worried. But behind him, a mighty Midwestern storm is brewing. He has no idea what is happening 5 miles away. The electrical charge runs straight down the power lines into Mount Rushmore and the detonator. Bill Reynolds survives with only a burst eardrum and his boots blown off. He's back on the job the very next day. Mount Rushmore becomes a symbol of pride for the whole country. Abraham Lincoln Theodore Roosevelt and Thomas Jefferson's portraits join George Washington's. Ordinary men of the same proportions would stand as high as 40-story buildings and could wade the Mississippi River without even getting their knees wet. 3 extra inches of granite cover the president's faces to allow for erosion by wind and rain. It takes 10,000 years to wear away an inch of granite. Mount Rushmore has been designed to wear back to its ideal shape in 30,000 years. It is a symbol of America's faith in its future as well as its past. By 1936, 1 in 6 workers are still out of a job. Despite the government's public works programs, there is little economic recovery. Public works aren't working. Free enterprise is stagnating. It will take World War II to pull America out of its economic slump.
Lewis in the front of the ring, Snelling with his back to me.
June 19, 1936. America is already at war with Germany in Yankee Stadium. American Joe Louis fights German Max Schmeling to be the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship of the world.
And there was a hard left to Snelling.
With a record of 24 straight wins, Joe is the 10-1 favorite.
And gave Lewis a terrific right hand to the jaw. Snelling
57 million people listen to the fight on the radio.
While Lewis is following up with good short right and left. Lewis
It's the 12th and last round.
Snelling bent low and tried to bring up a right uppercut by to Lewis's head.
Joe Louis is taking a beating.
Snelling cut back and shot a hard right hand to Lewis's jaw.
The grandson of slaves, his family driven out of Alabama by the Ku Klux Klan. The Depression takes his family's jobs. Unemployment amongst urban African Americans is up to 50%. Joe keeps his family alive by boxing. Within 3 years, he's fought his way to the top.
These are not just 2 boxers, they're symbols of totalitarianism against democracy, supremacy against a non-racial kind of society.
America sees Schmeling as old. He's 30, Joe's 22.
Snelling got over 2 more. Hard right to Lewis's jaw. He has puffed up Lewis's left cheek, and Lewis is down.
But tonight, Joe has underestimated his much older German opponent.
And Lewis is down, hanging to the rope, hanging badly. He is a very tired fighter. He is blinking his eyes, shaking his head. The count is done. The fight is over. The fight is over.
Schmeling wins against all the odds.
Snelling is the winner. Lewis is completely out.
Germany is on the rise. And America is on its knees. But not for long. America will get its revenge in the most politically charged fight of all time. Boxer Joe Louis just knocked out by Max Schmeling. Germany is triumphant. America is in shock. It's a publicity dream for the Nazis. Adolf Hitler calls Schmeling an Aryan Superman. Hitler considers Americans a mongrel race, doomed to the trash heap of history. Hitler says their mistake was freeing their slaves.
I had been humiliated, and I had to prove that I was the best heavyweight around.
A rematch is arranged, but this time it will be the fight that involves the whole world. Though attacked in the press, Joe just keeps training. In Germany, the Nazis expand their power. They build their army and prepare to attack their neighbors.
The second Joe Louis-Max Schmeling fight took on a proportion far greater than any other fight in the history of boxing.
This is the feature attraction. 15 rounds.
This fight cemented the unity of the people of the United States vis-a-vis Nazi Germany.
Weighing 193, Bart Schmeling.
And for one of the first times, if not the first time in American history, America symbolically was being represented by a black man.
Wearing black trunks, the famous Detroit Brown Bomber, Joe Louis.
June 22nd, 1938. The rematch finally takes place. The hype is at a fever pitch. 70,000 people pour into Yankee Stadium to watch the fight live.
Joe Louis in his corner, prancing and rubbing his feet in the rosin.
70 million people tune in via radio across the country. Over 100 million listen in around the world. The biggest audience to that date for anything, anywhere.
Max Schmeling standing calmly, getting last word from Doc Casey.
For Joe Louis, I can only imagine the immense pressure that he was under to go out there and perform, because he had almost the world on his back.
The fight is no longer just about boxing. It's a battle of ideologies, as Joe Louis knew all too well.
Schmeling represented everything that Americans disliked, and they wanted him beat and beat good.
And they're ready with the bell just about to ring. And there we are. And they got to the ring right together with Arthur Donovan, Skipper and Brown. And Joe Louis is in the center of the ring, Max going around. Joe Louis led quick with two straight lefts to the chin. Both of them light spots as the men. And Louis missed with a left swing, but in close. But a right to the jaw. And again, a right to the body. A left hook. And Louis hooks the left to Max's head quickly. And shoots over a hard right to Max's head. Louis, a left to Max's jaw. A right to his head. Max shoots a hard right.
Schmeling is stunned by the ferocity of Louis's attack.
He's landed more blows in this one round than he landed in only 5 rounds of the other fight.
The second shortest heavyweight title fight in history is over in only 124 seconds.
I'm sure enough champion now.
At the end of the fight, Joe Louis, this inferior, this former slave's child, defeats the master race.
Schmeling knows what his defeat will mean to the Nazis.
After this defeat, I no longer existed for Hitler. My name simply disappeared from the newspapers.
Joe Louis is America's hero again. His victory is the comeback the whole country needs.
Look, something's gonna knock you down, but you can't stay down. You got to get back up and plow on. You can't sit around feeling sorry for yourself, and you certainly can't look back and reminisce about the good old times. You just got to keep on going forward and reinvent things. And I also believe that that is going to get us through the crises that we're facing right now.
The American spirit is forged in the fires of the Great Depression. But an even harder fight with Germany and her allies is still to come. The United States of America will be attacked. Over 400,000 Americans will die. The battle will be for survival, for America, for the world. World War II will transform America into the greatest power on earth. Nothing would ever be the same again.